this too. Okay, here we go. All right, so welcome everybody. Lindsey and Terry and I are, and Shauna. Shauna can't be here. She's at a fashion show tonight for her high school. We are really excited to welcome all of you to the November National Meeting Night. And I know on our team page, we're talking about PB&J, which is personal best and new jewelry. So, you forget the little N in there, but the N is in parentheses. So it's PB&J, personal best, and jewelry. And November is the perfect month to think about, what if I could make this my personal best? And it could be a personal best in whatever you want it to be. It could be in sponsoring. It could be in the number of parties that you go out the door and do. It could be in your total sales. It could be the number of customers that you have this month. It could be the number of parties you book for December, November. So whatever you want it to be your personal best in, I want you to think about if that is a goal for you. Because the cool thing is you're going to get all kinds of rewards as well as jewelry. And that's why we call it PB&J. So I want to share my screen here so we can take a look at the incentives this month. Lindsey and Shauna and Terry and I, can you see this screen now? Or am I doing this right? All right. Yep. I'm looking to double check myself because I've rattled on sometimes and you can't see what I'm talking about. Lindsey, Shauna, Terry, and I were at the home office last week for a senior director meeting, and they showed us some of these new pieces of jewelry. And we didn't get to see everything, but in fact, some of this jewelry I don't think we even got to see. So I did find a brand new favorite new necklace. I don't see it on this page. So maybe, who knows, maybe it'll be December. So with $600 in sales, you will get the look around earrings. I think these are going to be really hot stuff. The price is $39. They look like a tiny little hoop. The $1,000 is the curved collar necklace. I know that it looks a little bit like the white collar necklace that we used to have, but there's something about the construction of this one that apparently lays a whole lot better, and was a big favorite at the home office.
And it's a lot smaller.
And it's a lot smaller, exactly. It's not wide like the first one was, but the design is similar.
Yes.
So that's a $69 retail value. So in November, if you do $1,000 in sales, you're already going to get a necklace and earrings, which is fantastic. The third thing is a whole set, which I'm really excited about. The $3,000 level, which is around 4 parties, is this new ice bracelet in the Lavender Delight crystal. We saw that at the home office, and it is absolutely beautiful, and beautiful for spraying. You're going to have a lot of people really liking this because it's pinky lavender, and it's kind of that creamy but sparkly at the same time. It's really beautiful. And then the necklace and the earrings that go with it, $42 necklace, $39 earrings, and all that entire set you get with $3,000 in sales. So suddenly now you're up to, let's see, 89, see 90, 40, 130, 170, 230, 240. I mean, you're up to almost $300 in jewelry with just $3,000 in sales. That's crazy. Then with the $5,000 in sales, this is a really cool piece. This is one necklace, and the crystals can come on and off. They slide off the end. And so you can make your necklace the way you want it. It can include one stone. It can include all 5 stones, or any combination of the above. And so that's a $129 retail that's coming out in this new spring catalog also. Okay. So we are very excited about that. Let me see if I can stop sharing real fast. Okay, good. To all of you who just hopped on, thanks for being on the call. So let's talk a little bit about the idea of your personal goals and what's possible by Christmas. Lindsey, you and I were talking about this concept of these whole next 7 weeks. Like, what could somebody accomplish over 7 weeks?
I love these 7 weeks. Like Betsey said, they're like a magical set of weeks that we have here in front of us. And thinking about them like the springboard that just catapults us right into 2020. What can you do with these 7 weeks? And it starts with our own personal calendars and looking at our calendar, saying, okay, when do we want to work? What are the dates that we want to work? What are the dates we want to book parties? What do we have available between now and December 19th? And let's say that you have 8 days available, or 10 or 12, whatever that is. Figure it out. Say, okay, if I do 10 $800 parties, I'm going to sell $8,000 in jewelry over the next 7 weeks. Boy, I'm going to be putting at least $2,400 in my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that. Attach it to something. What are you going to spend that $2,400 on? I've already got mine spent, just saying, because I kind of work that way. I have no problem spending money. So, but really think about it. Yeah, right? Isn't that crazy? But think about it. What are you going to do with it? And really attach it to something, because sometimes when you attach what you're going to do with that money, you're much more likely to go to work, right? Or sit down and just put your head down and get those parties dated. Mm-hmm. Relook at that list. Who do you want to party with? So if you all have your calendars out and ready, do you have your dates highlighted that you know when you want to work in November 1st and then December? And even actually in January. What are the first 2 weeks of your January look like? When do you want to have your first party in January? And I have to say, if you don't have your own party on the calendar right now, or either November or December or both, you absolutely want to book your, Santa's Samply Sparkle Sale, where you're going to sell cash and carry items, have little gift bags and tissue paper ready to go. Just they can wrap it and go. You definitely want to have that booked, even if you have 2. Mm-hmm. So those are your first things that you can put right in your calendar.
I love that. I love that it's a limited time offer. We've got 7 weeks, right? You can do anything for 7 weeks. And I think the first key is the calendar blocking, figuring out when am I available in the midst of all the craziness, right? Because it is about to get busy with holidays. And so working your calendar so that it works for you is really critical, especially this time of year. And then at the same time, you mesh that with with the goals that you have, because maybe you have a financial goal, or maybe you have a goal of making sure that you have enough business this fall to stack your January calendar. So, because right now we want to be looking 10 weeks ahead, which puts us all the way into January, 12 weeks ahead, which puts us into the end of January. And so this is where you get to do a little bit of hard work and individual work. And we don't set goals for you guys. We give you what's available, but every woman gets to choose, because she's the CEO of her own company. Each one of you is the president of your business. You get to decide what it's going to look like. So let's talk. I would like for you to pull out a piece of paper, and I want you to draw a line down the middle of it. And then I want you to draw 2 lines going across, so that basically you have 6 squares on your paper. 3 going down one side, 3 going down the other side. Does that make sense? Because you're going to label the ones on the left, November, December, January, going down your margin. And across the top, it's obstacles and opportunities. What you're going to do is make a chart of the obstacles and opportunities for November, December, and January to booking parties. Because I think this is really helpful for us when we start, and typically we do this just for the current month, but I want to do this for the next 3 months, because what you're going to find is that ideally you'll book your January by the time December 15th or 19th rolls around. And so you're going to be even booking, I'm already booking January. I've already got people said, I've already got two dates booked for January people, because they weren't interested in anything pre-holiday. So let's talk about this. What are some of the obstacles? I want you all to chime in. What are some of the obstacles, things that get in the way to women booking a party with you in November? What excuses or reasons would they give you for not doing one?
Sometimes they say that they don't have enough time.
Okay.
So then we need to ask them, how long do you think it takes?
Okay. So write down obstacle. Let's write down that as an obstacle. Not enough time.
Holidays.
What
They're
about
busy.
the holidays? Too busy?
they're busy or going out of town or.
Going out of town. Okay, write that one down. Going out of town. That's a big one. Yeah. What else? Other things that get in the way. Other reasons that women would not do a party this month.
Because they don't want to clean their house, so then we can suggest that they do it at their favorite bar or restaurant.
They say that every month. Yes, I don't want to clean or cook, right? Don't want to
Yes.
clean or cook. Okay, write that one down. That's good. That's for every month. We hear that one. What else?
No one will show up. That's what they say sometimes.
Nobody's going to come. Okay.
But then I say, yes, they will, because it's Swarovski and their curiosity will get them there.
Ooh, that's a good one.
True. I love that. Shanna, you're always so positive. What else?
Thank you.
How about I'm going out of town? Not just my friends, but I'm going out of town. Or my family is coming to town. I'm doing too much hosting. You know, you hear all of that. Okay, so for November, what are the opportunities? Why would somebody want to host a party? What are the reasons that it's good to host a November party?
Free sparkle.
Okay,
Because everybody's starting their Christmas or holiday shopping.
nice. Okay. What else?
Great excuse to get people together before the hustle and bustle of the holidays are really here, and they, just want to gather their friends together.
Nice. Love it.
It's a great time to do fundraisers.
Oh, yes, Terri, good one. Great time to do fundraisers. I'm all about that. Good. What else?
We can tell them to save the trip to the mall because we can handle it all.
Oh, wait, and we rhyme too. Shannon, you were a poet and you didn't know it.
Right now, I have moments like that. Cracks me up.
Oh my gosh. Okay, anything else?
Black Friday, Small Business Saturday.
Oh, right. Yes, yes. Right. Cyber Monday.
Yep.
I hadn't thought about those. Yep, good. Small Business Saturday. I've been talking to a couple people about doing something on Small Business Saturday. Mm-hmm.
I've done a salon on that Saturday a few years in a row,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been great.
Wow. Okay. That's a great idea. All right, let's move on to December. Obstacles for December. Now that you're getting the hang of this, what are some obstacles for December?
All the same ones as November.
Similar, mm-hmm. But worse,
Plus
right?
Plus, they spent so much money on Christmas presents for other people.
Oh, they already blew the wad.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? That's true. So many other Christmas parties.
Hey, it's Janet. I don't have this problem because I'm in Florida, but the weather.
Yeah. Oh, right. Good point. No, and you don't. And you made the smart decision to move. And I'm right on your heels.
Yay!
I know, Shanna, right? And I'm going to put in a shameless plug for December 8th in Orlando for the amazing day-long training that we're putting together.
Can't wait.
Me either. We were working on it this morning with the home office. It's going to be incredible. I think it's the best training that I've ever seen done with Touchstone ever.
Is it open for tickets now? Because Lisa said she tried to get one and it wouldn't let her.
It will now. Yeah.
Okay, I'll let her know.
Glitch. For some reason, Eventbrite thought I only wanted to sell one ticket. We're going to go to all that trouble for one person. Yes, and so she can. Yes, she can.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for asking. Okay. What about opportunities for December? How about last chance to get fall jewelry, fall catalog jewelry?
Show off your decorated house.
Oh, big one. Show off your decorated house. Big one. Big, big, big. Yeah. How about the themes like Secret Santa and you know, all the cute little Santa things. Elf on the Shelf and Sparkle. What about guy shopping? You know, you could, I mean, opportunities in December would be guys coming and shopping for their wives, right? Guys and glitz, wives and glitter.
And you could do Scotch and Swarovski or bourbon and bling for the men.
There you go. Right? So those are the opportunities.
I told a lady the other day, I said, she goes, well, I'll have to ask my husband, tell him what I want. I go, just buy it, wrap it, put it under the tree. When you open it, act surprised. Go, thank you. How'd you know what I wanted?
Funny how that works. Okay, last section, January. What are the obstacles to booking parties in January?
Christmas just ended.
People are broke from Christmas.
Okay. What else are you gonna hear?
Everybody's tired of partying.
Oh, okay.
I've never heard that.
That must be a San Francisco thing.
How about bad weather?
Bad weather. Got that right. Seriously. We do deal with that. Yeah. Okay. What about opportunities in January? I can think of some good ones.
Spring catalog.
Buy yourself something because you didn't get it for Christmas.
Exactly. Wait, who said that? Was that Susan?
Jenny.
Jen. Oh, great job, Jenny. Great job. Yes, exactly.
New catalog.
New catalog.
New catalog. Good. What else?
Amazing rewards.
Yeah, in the past, it's been our best host special.
Mm-hmm.
So, how about it's depressing in January?
Not in
So we
Florida.
really need our girlfriends for sangria, sandals, and Swarovski. Okay. All right. So
And I always say that everybody is, Betsey, can you hear me? Sorry, I'm driving now, but
yeah, Lynn.
I always say that everybody is used to being with their family for like 12 weeks straight, it seems like. Dying at girls' night out.
Dying for a girls' night out because they're ready to be away from their family. Right. A little too much family.
Yeah.
They need
After
some
holidays.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
After holiday get together.
Yes. Oh, here's another one. They have returns money. Right? And if they know that there's a party that they're going to go to in January with jewelry in it, they're going to save their little their returns money. I've done that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Or not even returns money, because that just sounds so mercenary, but they were given money. I mean, at my age anyway, you know, my dad doesn't know what to buy me. So he's so sweet and gives me a little bit of money so I can go, you know, do a little shopping. I think that's, you know, kind of classic. So, all right. So here's why we do this. We can use the obstacles and opportunities when we're reaching out for these parties. So think about it. What if we're trying to book a party for January because they already said no to just November and December? And I'm leaping ahead a little bit, but let's say now you're thinking, okay, well, January. And you think to yourself, okay, so Susan, why don't we look at January? Because by that time, even though the weather is bad and we think that nobody has any money, the reality is people are depressed and might have money burning a hole in their pocket and they want to get together with their girlfriends. What do you say, right? So we want to deal with the obstacles and show the opportunities all in the same sentence. We can do the same for November and December too. Right? You can say, I know this is such a busy season of the year and people travel, but this is also a fantastic time to give women a chance to shop put their feet up, have a glass of wine in a quiet location and just have some fun and get their shopping done. Right? So you can use but you know the objections are going to be, and what the opportunities are all in the same sentence when you're offering that party. It keeps them from coming back at you with what you know you're gonna get, which is the objections, because you already said it. You already said it. You took it off the table. They can't even use that against you anymore. So that's why we go through obstacles and opportunities all the time like this, because it becomes such a great way of offering parties for people. Okay, so Lindsey, are you driving? You're driving. Can you hear me?
I am driving, but it's okay. I can hear you.
Do you would you like to introduce Tiana and Mary, and we can, because we've got a couple of people that we would like for you to listen to a little bit of their wisdom and some of the things that they accomplished last month in sales. And Lindsey and I are going to pick their brains a little bit about some things, and then we'll give you an opportunity to ask them a couple questions as well. So Lindsey, why don't you go ahead and introduce them?
Awesome. Thank you, Betsy. So I have Deanna and Mary here, and they're both going to share just some of their sales tips and how they go after their goals, and just ways that they think outside of the box sometimes when it comes to their months. And Deanna has over $8,000 in sales that she closed in November, and Mary over $7,000, or in October, I'm sorry, and Mary over $7,000 in sales. And these girls just don't give up. So Deanna or Mary, whoever wants to go first, if you just share briefly what your best tip is, or best 2 tips for getting those sales, going after your goals, and how you guys don't give up.
I'll go if you want,
Okay.
Jan.
Great.
Well, I did have an exceptional month, and I have to say I had some of my largest parties, so that was obviously a contributing factor. But just the little things like not letting people, I don't want to say letting, but saying, oh my gosh, you have a 30% off item coming to you. You have to go back and find some more sparkle. I did that twice at my last party, and they were like, oh, okay, I'll be back. Just not leaving those little details, because that could add up. Really asking everybody for the party. It's just our checkout process. And some of the things that I've been doing for a few months now is, I've said it on some calls before, setting up at restaurants or wineries, having my own little mock party, whether it's just with a group of my own friends and family, or just a small group of customers in a public place to attract attention from the other people there. Obviously, you have to have a decent relationship or permission from whatever the location is. But I've done that, and I actually have another one coming up this month that is snowballing into 25, 30 people in attendance. And that's before I even get to anybody that might be like, what's going on over there? So just to always try to get in front of other people. I also have some plans for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all of that, taking some of my retired items and kind of dangling them as spend this much, choose one of these items, and spend this much, choose one of these. And
wow.
So that's what I got.
That's brilliant. That's really great. I love it. Deanna, are you on?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So some of the things that Mary does, I do it as well, but I wrote a couple other things down. I used the 70% off coupon to my advantage big time. So during my presentation, I talk about it and how the hosts tonight can earn a 70% off after party. And I can't wait to give her, she wants at least 2 of them. So I have the 70% off coupons right there. And then when somebody does book, because I do ask every single person at checkout, when they do book, I let them give the host that 70% off coupon with their date on it. So I said, oh my gosh, go give this to Betsey. She's going to be so excited if she gets a 70 at your party. And I feel like when it's the accountability, because they're giving it to their friend, they're not going to cancel on their friend. They might cancel on me, but they don't want to cancel on their friend, because now their friend's so excited about the 70% off.
Right.
Another thing is I talk to that host as I'm setting up the party. So I say, so tonight I'm really going to work to get you at least 2 70% offs. And they say, what is that again? And I say, well, I'm going to book 2 parties so you can get 2 70% off items on top of your host rewards tonight. I said, so I'm going to try my best. I'm going to do everything I can to get you 2 70% offs tonight. So she already knows going into it that I'm going to really work to get her those 2 70% offs. And sometimes I noticed she's even helping me, you know? So when you get the host on board, because they want to support you too, but come on, anybody who's going to do it, you know, they can book for you, which really helps, because heck, a 70% off is awesome. They want those ice bracelets, but to get them for $26.30, that sounds great, right? So use those 70% off coupons. They really do work. Another thing is I always, hostess coaching is big for me. And I know I've said this before, but why my party sales are high, honestly, it's because I partner with my host and I tell her 10 to 12 women is we're going to have so much fun. No one's going to feel pressured. I also ask them to get 2 to 3 to 4 2 to 3 outside orders before the party. Because when they do that, they go into the party, we already have $150 in sales starting off, which really gives that host some confidence and she feels good. So get those orders beforehand. And I challenge her, hey, those people who can't come, tell them the deadline is before the party, so they can get those orders in. And then of course, even if the party's at 1,000, I say, no problem. We were at 1,000. I'm so excited. This is what you're getting, but I want to give you even more. So let's try to get at least 3 to 5 more outside orders. Send that invite out. Tell them that the deadline is X. Give them a deadline, because I'm a deadline girl. I do everything on a deadline. I sign my kids up for sports on the deadline. Everything is on the deadline. So I feel like a lot of people are like me. And when you say, hey, Thursday night is the deadline to order, I'm on Thursday night checking it out. So when you give people that deadline, it helps them realize that's the day, you know, they need to place those orders. So over invite, getting outside orders is huge, because everybody has friends and family that live out of town too. So don't forget about those people, to send them that invite and say, hey, I know you couldn't come to this party, but here's the link. Would love if you could place an order. Or we know people, you know, lots of people from out of town. So sometimes our hostess forget about those out of town people. They can still order on our party. And then lastly, I would say I set a goal of how many parties I want every month. And I don't stop sending messages out until I get that. I just don't stop. I just keep following up, sending fun texts. And really, I just go until I can hit that goal. I mean, there's months where I'm like, I did everything I could. I can't get it. But if you want 3 parties, don't stop until you get 3 parties. And then another thing, just remember, cancellations happen. So if you want 3, book 4. If you want 4, book 5. But I would say sales are I don't pressure anybody. I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. If somebody's looking at something and they're like, I really can't afford that, my husband will kill me, I'm like, then don't buy it. I'm like, you don't want to walk away here feeling guilty. I say, let's have a girls' night. It'll be fun. So offering that girls' night and not pressuring them to buy something that they can't afford. And what that does is they start to trust you a little bit, and it builds some rapport. So just be honest with people, and just don't be pushy, but keep offering, because that helps.
I love that. I'm curious, Mary and Deanna, both of you, how do you book your January parties ahead of time? I know this isn't a question that we prepared you with, but both of you have been around for a couple of years. And so you've got some wisdom under your belt. You know, you get to November, middle of November, and some people say, no, I'm too busy before the holidays. What would you say next in order to book them for January?
I actually say similar to what you said earlier, like January is just kind of a depressing month. Let's plan a girls get together so that we have something to look forward to, because you have the holidays where everyone's like, oh, crazy. And then you have this drop like, ugh, now what? So you want to plan something. And wouldn't that be great for you to be that person that puts on, you know, a fun ladies' night to look forward to?
I love it. That's great. Deanna, let's say with those parties for January, how would you host coach them? Let's say you booked it the end of November and it's not until January 13th. How would you host coach that to make sure that it sticks, it doesn't cancel? What would you do?
Good question, because we know when we book out a little bit, cancellation rate is high. I would say just keep them really excited. I know we're going to see some new pieces for the new catalog. So just snapping a picture and sending it to them. Hey, these are some of the new pieces. I can't wait to show it to you. I'm going to have the new catalog. Tell them to make their wish list and snap a picture and send it to you. Hey, I just want to see what's on your wish list. I want to make sure I have it at the party to show you. So little things like that to just keep them engaged throughout, because we do have a lot of, time off. And just showing them new pieces and saying, hey, which piece do you like best? I'm trying to figure out what to get. Keeping them in the loop, your hosts in the loop, so they feel like they have a say in what they're going to, what I'm going to order. And then they're like, oh, get that ice bracelet or get that one. So I just feel like little things like that, just to keep them, and if you got a host that's not responding, not, absolutely crickets, that's when you say, hey, just wondering if you're still on, just let me know either way. Because I'd love to give you, because I feel like what happens is we get those, we still think it's a party. And until we hear back from them, I don't count it as a party. So remember that. It could be that they're busy or whatever, but I just say, hey, just wondering if everything's okay. Text them that. And usually people are like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I just been out of town. But sometimes that, hey, just wondering if everything's okay, we'll get them to respond back if you have crickets with people.
Right.
Yeah. Also, if I could add something.
Yes.
If you do have a January party set out, you can mention to the hostess, hey, you already have some pieces from these other parties that you've been to. Wear them as you're out and about. And, when you're getting compliments or something, say, oh my God, I love this. I got this at a party. I'm going to have my own. I'd love to, have you over and give us something to do. Or if it's even a past hostess from some other month that's having it in January, she can, be telling people, I got this for free at my last party, so I'm having another one. Right. And just kind of spread the word and keep her friends excited. So kind of, partnering with her to keep it going towards her guests.
I love that.
And do one of those save the dates. So the title is save the date. A lot of people do that for their weddings and things, but saving the date, at least that invites out there now. And so they feel a little bit better that it's out there before the holidays,
I think that's useful. It's funny you say that. I was talking about that with a January hostess the other day. I met her at a vendor event, a fundraiser, and we started talking about January. And it reminded me of booking a party 2 months. I was booking a party 2 months out, and I thought, what would I do in just regular months that I could do with this? And I thought, well, why wouldn't I set up the party now and allow her friends to shop for Christmas presents and then come to the party? And then I thought, well, wait, why wouldn't I do that every time? Why wouldn't I, even if the party is 8 weeks away, why wouldn't I want to get the save the date out there and get her guest list in play so that she's inviting her friends and they can be shopping long before the party ever happens, getting their orders in. They, have their jewelry long before the party ever takes place, but even more so right now. So as soon as you get those January parties on the calendar, so what we agreed is that we're picking her January date, but we're starting the online portion. It's the same party, but we're starting this portion of, hey, shop now, right? Today or
that's a great idea.
Right, and then they can shop. Yeah. So the party won't close until January. I won't get paid on it until January. But all of those sales will count toward her party when we do close it. Susan, you had a question. Oh, you're muted. Hang on, darling. Hang on. Okay, you're unmuted. Go ahead.
I actually had some feedback. In the past, what I have done for January hostesses is I have sent them, I go out and I find things like maybe at Hobby Lobby or just somewhere, as you get closer to Christmas, they have everything like on super sale.
Yeah.
And I would get a cute little ornament, whether it be like a real sparkly little heart or a real sparkly little star. Or one time I even found these really cute rings that were ornaments. They were like diamond rings. And I would send my January hostesses a little gift right about probably around the 15th of December that says, I cannot wait to bling in the new year with you at your very own sparkle party on January 15th. Hostesses are the heart of our business, and I cannot wait to start this new year off with you. And I would send them that little ornament, and they would get so excited because they'd put it on their tree. but it's kind of a reminder, and nobody wants to cancel from you if you've sent them a little gift. And the gift was only like $1 or $2. Like you could find ornaments so inexpensively. And if I did a star, it would be like hostesses are the stars of my business. If it was, a heart, it'd be hostesses are the heart of my business. And something that's really sparkly, but it kind of keeps the party in front of them, especially if you've booked them 2 months out. And it always really kept my Januaries really, really great.
I love that. Susan, that's amazing. We did that with my previous company. And you just reminded me of all of this. And we would send a little, like my favorite recipe. And I would send my favorite little Christmas recipe or holiday recipe, that they might use at one of their get-togethers or something, not for the party, but just for something, so that I'm being the friend, right? I am the friend. I'm her friend, and sending along something cute and useful like that, along with the ornament. That's brilliant. I just love that. Very fun. Thank you, Susan. I love it.
It really helped to avoid cancellations for January.
I bet. And it's fun. For us.
Who doesn't want to go out to their mailbox and open a little present?
I know. And you're right. She's not going to cancel on you after that, because she's going to
cancel. Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you do the save the date?
It's just the same thing as the invitation.
Just book a party. Okay.
Stick it in the back office and send it out to her friends, and she can text it to her guest list and say, I'm saving the date, save the date, save the date.
So the title, instead of saying like bling or sip and sparkle, it would just say save the date as the title.
And then you can change it out.
Yeah, change it out.
Or it can be part of the title. I think there's a way to just make it part of the title so that it's save the date and then the theme. And then you just erase the save the date when you get closer. Yeah, right. Pretty cool. So ladies, what ideas or what questions do you have for Mary and for Deanna?
I'm curious how many parties they had.
Good question.
Good question. I believe I had 6 or 7.
Okay.
Awesome.
For 8,000 in sales.
One was really high in sales, which helped. I think one was at almost hit $2,000. So
nice.
Yeah, I think I had 5.
Nice.
Wow.
Deanna, do you mind sharing your income last month? Do you know what it was?
My paycheck for October.
Yeah.
I made about $5,800.
Wow.
I know, for like 6 or 7 parties, right?
Woo! Awesome.
Crazy.
Congratulations. Mary, how about you?
I'm not quite that fortunate. Dan's got a more extensive team than me, but I was able to pay a crap load of bills today, so that was nice.
Woo!
Yeah.
I love it. Congratulations. But that feels good, doesn't it? Great. Well, thank you, ladies. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Congratulations. I can't wait to see what you all do in November and December. Well, let's shift gears and let's move on to talking about sponsoring. Lindsey, did you have anything you wanted to say as we shift gears into sponsoring and the new kit, the kit with the new gift offer? I don't know if you should.
Betsey, I'm going to I have kids in the car now driving home from cheer. And so I thought it was supposed to be later, but they got back in early. So I'm going to let you talk.
That's
and I'll comment in comments when I'm at stoplights.
Okay. That's fair.
Thanks, Betsey.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no. It's fine. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to talk briefly about sponsoring, and then we're almost done. And then we'll ask for your quick little ahas as we finish. I want to share my screen. I want to take a look at our starter kit for this month as we go into downloads. And this is something that we've never done before, where we offer a starter kit with a gift. And this is really cool. So this month, the gift is the $139 Cha-Cha Lariat. I don't know how many of you have it. I wore it at my party last night to make sure that I was able to highlight it. And I had copies of this flyer as well with me. In fact, I was wearing the earrings and the matching bracelet as part of my wardrobe. And I think this is great because this cha-cha, so think about it, when we have a piece that expensive in the starter kit that is that appealing, It's alone is the price of the starter kit. I think it really allows us it gives us something new to talk about. Let's take a look at this concept of obstacles and opportunities again, because again, we want to be strategic in what we say and how we say things, and we want to be prepared for the oppositional comments that we're going to get. So let's talk about obstacles and opportunities. For somebody to join your team between now and December 19th, what are some of the reasons that somebody would say no thank you? Aside from they just don't want to, but what are some of the situational reasons that they would say is an obstacle to join?
They think they don't have time.
Okay.
Right. Too much going on.
Too much going on. Okay. What else?
They don't think they'd be any good at it.
Yeah. We hear that a lot.
I had a girl tell me that the stuff was too expensive. I said, well, why do you think it's too expensive? Like, what makes you think you won't be able to sell it to people? You know, I mean, it's great quality. It's not really as expensive as you think.
Uh-huh.
And she said, well, I just don't know people that would buy it. So I kind of just, I don't know. I didn't know. After trying to get her and talk to her, she just kept shooting me down. So I didn't know how to fix it.
That one, I don't know that I would know how to fix that, because what somebody believes about that cannot easily be solved. It's got to be, I think you were right to I really think you're right to just let that one go. It's got to be somebody who sees the value in our product and can think of friends who would want to buy it. And it doesn't sound like she was a good candidate. So I think you were right to leave that one alone.
I get that pushback from people sometimes too, saying my friends won't spend that much on jewelry and things like that. They just
and I mean, she comments on it all the time, and every time because I wear my stuff to work all the time, and she's always commenting on it. And I love that one, and I'm just, well, why don't you just sell it? You can get it for free and discounted just selling it.
Mm-hmm. Right. And as a parenthesis, I mean, maybe for her to just do a party, see if there's any way to get a good party going for her, maybe that would help her to see that her assumption is incorrect. We walk around with a lot of assumptions in our head about how things are in the world. And, sometimes we learn that they're not always exactly on target. So what other obstacles would women have to starting right now? Why would they tell you no, particularly now before Christmas? Maybe I'm working another job. I'm already working an extra job to pay for Christmas. Anything else? What about the opportunities? Why would it be a good thing for somebody to start this during this next 7 weeks?
Extra money for the holidays.
Extra money for the holidays. What else? It's great. Like
great time of year because people want to party and people are shopping. And
nice. Love it. So easier to book parties, right? Mm-hmm. Easier to sell. Mm-hmm. More natural time of year for people buying. Okay. Anything else? What about, it could just be a quick hit, right? Quick hit. Come in, do 4 or 5 parties between now and Christmas. If you love it, stick with us. If you don't love it, look at all the jewelry and money that you ended up with, right? What about lots of new jewelry for incentives this month? And who knows, maybe next month. Who knows, right? Okay. And so let's think about one other thing now that you're making lists. Talk to me about the qualities and characteristics of the dream consultant on your team. Who would you love to have on your team? What would she be like?
Outgoing, fun, bubbly.
Okay.
Positive and ready to learn.
Okay. Positive and ready to learn. Write that down. Write down the ones that resonate with you. What else?
How about someone who's well connected?
Oh, nice. Mm-hmm.
School kids, parents.
Sure helps. Love it.
A go-getter with determination.
Great. Great.
Really likes people.
Likes people. Yeah. Marissa said independently motivated. Ginger said responsive. Good. Love it. Okay.
Loves the product.
Oh, yeah. Loves the product. Good. Okay. What else would be important to you?
I think someone that wants to help other people grow would be really important.
Nice. Very nice. Okay. What else? Anybody else?
Women that want something different for their family.
Something different for their family. That's good. Make that list for yourself over the next couple of minutes. Coachable List said, that's excellent. I love that. Make the list of what's important to you, because here's what I want you to do. I want you to be thinking about why this is such a great time of year, and figure out how you want to express that in one sentence, in a single sentence. Why this is a great time of year to start in one sentence. And as you are out and about, as you're on Facebook, as you're at parties, when you're at work, when you're at some social gathering, when you're at a networking event, keep in your mind that list of the kinds of people that you would love to have on your team, because they are the ones that you're going to want to approach and say, I don't know if you've ever thought about something like this, but you might really have fun doing what I do. You might have fun doing what I do. And the key is we get what we focus on. And so if you focus on finding these people, as opposed to finding the people who are desperate, finding the people who are negative, finding the people who are difficult, because we can find those too, right? There are lots of us out there who are like that, but it's a whole lot easier to attract the ones who have a lot going for them. It's funny. I remember Cheryl Hogle did an experiment that worked out really well for her, Lindsey's team. I don't think Cheryl's on the call tonight. And she decided to reach out to very successful women that she knows to offer the business to them. And it was because she knew that they were fully aware of the kind of work that it took, the kind of motivation that it took, the kind of positive attitude that it took to be successful, right? And she wanted that on her team. And I thought, that we can be looking for those people every single day and calling them out on it, saying, I love your positive attitude. You might really have fun doing what I do. Would you like to hear a little bit about it? How simple is that? And if we were to say that to 5 or 10 or 20 people over the next couple of weeks as we meet them, we could actually attract some really wonderful people to your team and to our company. And that will be a ton of fun for 2020. So be on the lookout for those people and figure out what it is that you want to say to them ahead of time. You might practice with each other. Get on a call with somebody else who's on this call and say, okay, let's practice out what we're going to say. Yeah. Michelle, let's see. So Michelle just posted a point. As I hear my hubby yelling at the TV, it dawned on me for another reason. How many other football widows are looking for something to do while men are yelling at the TV? That is Saturday for college ball, Sunday for NFL, Monday night football, Thursday night football. That is really true. Yep, you're absolutely right. And those are some really great kinds of people to look for. So if you have that. Okay. So what questions and thoughts, and then we're wrapping it up. What questions and thoughts do you have about finding the people that you would love to have on your team and approaching them with this starter kit? Any questions? Okay. All right.
I have a question about something else, Betsy.
Sure, Sherry.
Because they come out with the new starter packs and stuff. A lot of us don't have a lot of the jewelry that's in the new starter packs. What's your suggestion for how to, beef up our display with more of those pieces so we can push more of this?
Right. Well, that is a great question. To a degree, it's a little bit like chasing your own tail, because we never know what's going to be in the starter kit next. And
Right.
We don't get advance warning, which is on purpose. So it's always a little bit of a chasing kind of a thing. But I think it's fair. Honestly, I think if you have 3 or 4 of the pieces out of all of the ones that are in there, I think you're in good shape. One way to do it is to just throw your own party. And then that way you're the hostess and you can get all the free jewelry. I do keep a party open all year long. Every month I open and close a party, and I gather all the outside orders and I just put them in there, and I just reap the host rewards from them myself. And that allows me to keep beefing up my kit, keep, reestablishing new pieces into the kit. So that's one way, but don't feel like you have to have everything. I feel like I'm constantly chasing something when I'm trying to do that, because it does change pretty often.
Mm-hmm. I've heard other consultants say, well, I'll put the startup pack out and what they get, when they join, but unless you're a new
and not everybody has that. Yeah, not everybody has that. And then that's easy for somebody who just started, because that's all they have, right? Or somebody who just started last month, good night, Terri, she's going to bed she's putting the kids to bed. That's fine. When you're brand new and you've got 10 more pieces plus the starter kit, right? And then you still have your starter kit to put out. I don't think it's a huge deal. It's great if you have it. It's not going to affect your sponsoring. Your enthusiasm will affect your sponsoring, and your willingness to talk about the opportunity will affect your sponsoring, but not whether you have the kit or not. It's okay. Don't feel bad.
And you can print the starter kit and laminate it and have that at your party to show a visual.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that's good enough. So last little round here. What were your ahas here tonight? Anything in particular that really leaped out on the page for you that you want to share with us?
I liked the send an ornament as a reminder for January parties. That's nice.
Yes.
Me too.
Thank you, Susan.
Me too.
That was a good one.
I like Cheryl Hogel's idea of going after women who are already visibly successful.
Yes. Yep.
I like the idea of leaving parties open for the holidays, even though they're for January, so people could shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And Ginger said the gift idea could work any time of year. That's a very good point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a great point. Great point. Good. What else? These are great. Okay. Anybody else? The last one? Okay. So, well, thank you all for being on the call tonight. Next Monday night, we're going to be doing a holiday selling clinic, basically. And I think it'll be next Monday night at 8:30, same location. And it's all about this unique, it'll be 6 weeks from here, starting next Monday. A 6-week strategy for other ways of getting sales, and some really fun other strategies that we can employ. So I hope to be able to join us next Monday night as well for some more specific ideas and brainstorming and sharing to make the most of our holidays. So thanks, everybody. I so love seeing all of you. Have a terrific week. Let us know what you need, okay? We're here to help. Take
Thanks
care.
so much. It was great.
Thanks,
Good.
Betsey.
Thanks for being on.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Sure, Rhonda, go ahead.
I did not see, and I've gone back into Star Throwers.
Yeah.
You post that the tickets are available for December. So where do we go to get those?
I'll go ahead. I'll send you the link right now.
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right. And
See you
thank you,
later.
everybody. Have a great night.
Good night.